pooch them, Bob?
Yeah. Always wear underpants, as you never know who might be looking. Some of these cameras work both ways. Nice shirt, buddy.
Just trying to remember my login for Twitch.
You'll like this. So the Granite Bowl up in Aberdeen was at the weekend,
Yeah.
and the winning team was vampires.
Really? Was
Yep.
it tiered?
Yeah. I'm trying to see if I find any one who said forward Twitch.
This isn't the right login.
But yeah, the guy that came second was Wood Elves.
Can't even remember what my Twitch name is. What's my Twitch name?
Oh,
I know. I know what it is, yes. Oh, let's log in.
I'm looking forward to these next few matches, Bob.
Makes me log in every month and I can't always remember what it is. It won't impact on the show, just what I can do with the stuff after. Aha, there we are. Oh, right, so we need to go to the channel, give people a chance to turn up and see what's going on. Okay.
How's the missus, Bob?
Ex-missus. That don't mean I miss her. She took everything once, including my family's sacred gut plate. Cow.
Right, so I think we're all good, really. Just need people to be here. There's two of us, that's probably me and you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. That's fine. Yes, that's me and you. Have you got a bit of paper and a pen to write down what we've done?
No, but I can open up the notepad on the laptop. There we go. Now we do.
Thirsty, Bob?
Always.
Oh, we've got a request. We've got a request. If you could do it, could you do TNA and D&D last today or tomorrow? We can do it last.
Who's TNA and D&D?
Zidley. He was asking if we had a date for it. Right. So, let us do some talking crap about divisions. Are we going to start with DVC, SCC, or should we start with your one?
Well, my one has games going to play in about half an hour or so.
So let's do yours before they play.
Cool. What is my division?
I don't know. While you find that out, I'm going to eat some of my toast.
WAC, WFC.
So WAC, WFC.
That's it.
Are they pros?
Sometimes they are.
Wow. So we'll start there then.
Includes both the guy that you beat and the guy that beat you.
Oh, I've just thrown that on the floor. So we got... Oh, it's gone. Los Pumas in there. They were big time. I remember playing Infinite Darkness with their Witch Elves some seasons before. High Monk. The Holy Squirrels. They're a big name team. We got your Midgets. V-Power and his Vamps. That's another one. CL Champion, who's just joined us. Drunken Monk. We got the Reptile Heavyweights. One of the few lizards left. And oh, this is an interesting team. Right, so let's start at the beginning. Los Pumas. Season 4 MML Pro Champions.
Also the longest current running team.
They are.
Since Season 2.
I like seeing these from one season to next. They're just varying states of damage and success. They still got that catcher. 390 SPPs. He's just a beast.
He was in this next game when I played, so I didn't get to actually play against
I'm wondering,
him.
how many games has he played? 82.
A lot.
82 games, 110 touchdowns. And ironically, he's called the Lazy Smurf, and yet he's really fast. Yeah, we were just saying that, Cav. It is an iconic team, an epic team. They've been the longest serving team. They look like they're missing positionals. 3 catches, 3 blitzers.
Yeah, he had quite a brutal season towards the end of last
High
season.
V-Power. They've played
He's trying to rebuild as well.
106, 120, sorry. Yeah, 124 games played with this team. That's quite immense. That is quite immense. So yeah, the Los Pumas. There we are.
And
Part of the fabric of the
those
team.
games will be regular season games.
Yeah. Yeah. Plus, obviously,
It's made quite a substantial number of bowl games and
bowl games and
playoff
farm
appearances.
games, if they existed when this team started. They're just, like Cav says, part of the fabric of the MML. Paul Merson, so they're probably an Arsenal fan. I don't know, what do you think? What do you say about this team? What do you say?
Well, I'm looking forward to playing it, but I'm
Yeah, I
also
think-
dreading playing it at the same time.
I think they're one of those teams, you look at it on paper, you're thinking, they're a beat up team, they got
They've still got everything they need.
yeah, they've got some
regardless of how beaten up they are.
dangerous players, and they've also got some beat up players, but it's, forget what's on the team, they could be a bunch of rookies. It's the Los Pumas, it's You know, I think I've played this team. I'm quite sure I have.
You need to maintain your home stadium.
I'm just gonna quickly check. You've played them. You beat them 2-1 last season.
Yeah, as I said, the Lazy Smith was missed next game. His ogre had just died, and I think he had another couple in this next game, so he didn't really have the pieces he would have wanted to have played against me.
And we're just saying the Monks played them and a 3-2 loss. The Pumas won that game. Some big games here. The Flamers beat them 3-1 last season, or it might have been the season before. I'm just seeing, I swear I've played these. Maybe I haven't. They're one of those teams that you just want to get, you know, your name in their record books of, and it's 14 pages of records. Yeah, I played them with the Lizards back at the beginning when I first started, and I beat them 1-0. I knew I'd played them. So yes, they're an iconic team, absolutely iconic team. The stadium's set up to no throw a rock, no get the refs. But yeah, I don't want to comment on players because, well, I'm attracted to the Lazy Smurf, who's been the backbone of that team, hasn't he, for 80 plus games. Truly outstanding. You got anything you want to say? Seeing as you'll be playing them at some point.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to it. It's... I don't really count the last one because of how beat up the team was
Yeah.
when we played. We didn't have most of his threats.
Well, let's have a look at Dwarf Giant then in his Dark Elf team. Now, when I played this team, they had a Witch Elf and I believe a Lineman that were absolutely horrendous. And they're still there.
Got 2 horrendous Witch Elves now.
Yes.
The Lineman.
Yes. I mean, hey there, Geo. We're doing your division now. The strength up Witch Elf is nice. I do think she's a definite killer, but I do think the agility is golden. Just looking at these injuries that they've picked up.
Dwarf was saying that he's done plenty of sacrificing to claim to get this team.
That lineman's a beast. They've got a couple of niggles, but those positions that they play, the roles that they play, they need to be going into dangerous positions. I know when I played them, even the armor busted one, I couldn't for love nor money put her down and keep her down, and yet the other one ran right on me.
I think he's got quite a few niggles as well.
Yeah, he's got a couple.
Successful.
2 niggles. He's hitting almost near legendary status with the one which is nice to see. And that lineman, to get that far in its career, is absolute golden. You know, they shouldn't live that long, lineman. But I think that's more of a positional player than a lineman now anyway.
It has been for quite a while, yeah.
But ironically, only 2 blitzers.
I'd assume that was kind of cash and
injuries. You know, plenty of guard, which is always nice. Always nice. Yeah, they're a dangerous team. Dangerous for anybody. You'll enjoy playing those like a hole in the head. And
yeah, when I was looking at the teams in this division, there's not one that looks easy.
I think also they're very different play style to what I play, because he can be with those players be very aggressive. Very aggressive. He's got a very quick runner, which is nice. But yeah, he can be very aggressive with them, which then means they do get hurt more, but also the scores reflect. Let's just have a look at his 24-5, 21. So he's win or lose. It's shit or bust. No in betweens.
Well, I suppose with a team like that, you need so many less players to actually be a threat.
No, it's the team's built around those few. He's playing with stars rather than a team, which is not a problem. It works.
Oh, but there's
But what
only
happens when they...
3 players on the team that aren't outstanding. You've got the
Yeah,
guard across the bottom half,
but yeah,
and all the stats in the
they're
top.
nice. But who are you putting on the line? You look at that team. Who are you putting on the front line?
Um, the sidestep runner and the 2 blitzers. Maybe the guard guys.
I don't know. You're keeping your number 3 lineman off for obvious reasons. Guards, they're still linemen. It's difficult. Maybe the busted blodge blitzer you might do. I wouldn't be sticking runners on the front line. That's just crazy. He's got a loner in there, so there's 2 of them. I don't know. But Gio, I believe, is playing them today. So
yeah,
should we have...
yeah, kick off in just over 2 hours.
Nice. Let's have a look at the squirrels. This team has been around a long time. They're a team of... I remember commentating on a game when they played a game against some dwarfs. 47 wins, 26 draws, 28 losses. That is an impressive record by any standards.
Like a second home for a team.
And they've still got their backbone of blitzers.
And their blockers.
Yeah.
Even the peasants aren't bad.
No, they're not. I mean, the peasants come and go. The trio of blitzers. I think the number 4 is a new one, is he? He looks to be relatively young in his career. He's played 7 games. But the top trio is very nice. They've carried the team nicely for a while. One of the number 2 Morty may turn legendary this season. And then we look at our blockers. I mean, even the rookie that's, or relatively rookie, the number 7, you know, stronger than most and with guard. That's just amazing.
Yeah, the 4 of them with guard are very frustrating.
That's a nice tidy. Again, another stalwart of the league, if you like. So let's have a look at your team. Your team have been around. How many seasons have you been playing in the league?
7 or 8, I think.
Last season's semi-finalist, I believe. Oh no,
Yeah.
you made the semi-finals of the
Knocked
plays. You did.
Yeah, I got knocked out by some Dark Elf coach.
Cheating Dark Elves.
Also on tonight's show,
Pretty
Yes.
much, yeah.
You still got that runner that you weren't sure to get rid of, and the other one if you're not sure to get rid of. They're still there.
Yeah, strength 1 and I go with blodge. That's fine.
Yeah, you can protect
other
it to a
one-
degree.
It should probably go, but it's kind of
Well, the thing I found,
story for him now.
the thing I found playing them in our semi-final was actually getting to get a hit on those guys is hard work. Your positional play is very good, but the amount of guard and other things you got to worry about, it's not like getting a hit on an elf. It's hard work.
No.
You
They don't
know.
get hit that often, and
No.
when they do, whatever's hitting them is more than likely going to be taking a hit the next turn.
Yeah. They. Yeah, you can't fault this. I do like what you do with your Longbeards. You go guard first. Guard wins games. And then you worry about things like Mighty Blow and stuff like that. That I do like.
Yeah, I don't really play for numbers.
No, I don't think you can. I think playing for dice removals isn't necessarily good.
Which probably explains why I lose more games, but hey.
Well, let's have a look at your record. You say that. You made it to the playoff semi-final last season, which is commendable.
Need to maintain your home stadium.
26-13-36, so it's slightly tilted against you. But as I said before, high TV dwarfs is not pleasant. And anyone that thinks it's easy, I beg them to prove me otherwise. Because playing at 2K TV, you're not the tier 1 team you once was. Because others surpass it. Like our next team. This one's for you, V-Power. We've got the season 15 semi-finalist. And they are running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 vamps. 5 vampires. Count Dracula's still there, one of my old ones. Hector von Rot still doing his business. If you look at those vamps, they just stat up increased filth monsters.
But at the same time, I can't see how to deal with them unless they fail a few bloodlusts.
Well, I can't remember which vampire coach it was in the quarterfinal, and on paper, if their dice work, they were winning. And I think the same to this. V-Power's in the chat, he'll tell us. If dice work, this team wins. If dice doesn't, arguably they lose. You know, your opponent sometimes doesn't even need to bother playing. I've seen it as well, I've played it and they've self-destructed before now.
But I think I wouldn't rely on the bloodlust.
The stadium is like a second home for a team.
You look at the win ratio. Sorry, I'm eating my dinner. 31 wins, 20 losses. Impressive enough alone for any team, let alone a vampire team. I remember, I think it was 2 seasons ago, I don't know if you recall, we were looking at this team and we had something like 4 or 5 vampires and 2 thralls or something like that. There you go, saying clock management and bloodlust are his nemesis. Other than that, on their day they can do anything, and it's very much the case. But I remember looking at this team a couple of seasons ago, there was nothing there, there was nothing at all. And we were tipping them to go down, how's he going to get by? And now look at them. It goes to show that you can rebuild a team.
Monstrous.
I know our transfers help, but you can also rebuild a team. He's up to 13. Very impressive. Another I like to think of, stalwart of the league. That as when I started, you look at and you think they've been around for a while, and I've only done what 4 or 5 seasons. So let's look at the Drunken Monk and our CL champions and his
Who was
orcs.
it they beat in the finals again?
They beat me, the team that beat you. Although I'm not sure if they beat me or my dice did, but that's a different issue. The monk, will be honest, he'll tell you. Oh, he's got 3 of his vamps are day 1 originals, V-Power's saying, which is nice. But yeah, this team, a nice blend of guard. He's got Sprinkler and Mighty Blow when he needs to. But the Blitzer Quartet is absolutely amazing, especially if you're playing agility teams with the tackle, Mighty Blow combinations. I'd like to see another guard in there just to make 4. Or 5, sorry, 2 more guard in there. They've got everything they need.
On the team,
he does.
as well as being one of the stronger on average teams already.
Yeah, I mean, the troll you can't rely on. The frenzy, I can see why it's not. The other one, maybe he's playing catch up. I don't know, but I'd be surprised if guard is not his next skill. The tackle might blows.
He's only been around a few seasons to develop.
Yeah,
him, so.
they're in a nice place.
Team as well.
17-7-8. For anyone that thinks the monk doesn't know what he's doing, that record tells a different story. He's also our champion for a reason.
No,
you know,
Monk doesn't know what he's doing. It's his assistant coach Jack that does.
Yeah, Jack. What a legend Jack is. What a legend. He actually made it. He had a bit of an interview in the finals and a chat with us. Proud of his dad. Fair play to him. Yeah, I don't know why that throw's got accurate. Who he's throwing to, I have no idea. I just can't see who he's throwing to. But they're a nice team.
There's only so many skills you can put on the thrower. Might as well put accurate, and then you've got that emergency pass to a blitzer.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'd like to see this become one of those teams that Jack agrees. Which bit does he agree with? That he's the brains behind the organisation, or his dad's a legend? Because they're two very different things. I'd like to see these become part of the background and the history of the MML, because they've been around a few seasons now. They're a good team. They are a good team. I like them. As far as orcs, what's nice is, I mean, I hate playing orcs at the best of the time, but what's nice is they're able to start to thrive with, well, claws around, because they hate it. But he's in a nice division now where there's nothing with claw. That means he can do his thing. So let's have a look at another old team, the Reptile Heavyweights. Someone told me lies, I swear they did, where they said that this year a lot of people are re-rolling and there wouldn't be all these legendary teams, and here they are. Our heavyweights then, they've been around a little while, I'm quite sure of it. 27-4-10, another impressive record. Cool, your record looks terrible in amongst this lot, doesn't it?
Yep.
You're going to hate playing these. Lizards love to play towards the strength and the guard that he's going to just bully you if you're not careful. But you do look at
more be remembering about the break tackle.
Yeah.
I'm used to seeing it on one or two, but he's got it in so many of the guys that he's just going to be so manoeuvrable.
He's got a frenzy source. Frenzy source is always nice. Only 11 players, no cash. That could hurt him game one, but he has got the agility on the skink, which is very nice. Very nice.
As well as the 2 block ones.
Yeah. Which is again very nice. All he needs is some sure hands and he's loving life. Very, very much so. So that takes on to the last one, the Pharaohs. The Pharaohs are a young team. I think they've done 2 seasons so far. If I remember correctly, just check out his numbers. 12-8-4.
Some bangle that you've stolen from him as well.
Yeah, he thinks my team's got a bangle of his. 12 wins, 8 draws, 4 losses. His losses were against the Drunken Monk, I believe, our CL champion, and yours truly. So we'll make sure because I know he's in the chat, we'll make sure he knows that it's definitely me that put one of those losses on.
You're a quarter of his losses.
A quarter of his losses, 25% of his losses comes from me. Yeah. He says he started on season 17. I'm going to say okay. I don't really know what season we're in now. Is it 19 or 20 or 22?
I thought this was season 17. I have no idea.
We see, Gio, we'll let you into a secret. See.
Oh no, this is season 18.
Is it? Well, about midday today, I started on a journey of self-discovery where I started drinking beer, and then about mid-afternoon we switched to whiskies, and then I got home and figure that, you know, let's do some reviews. So what season we're on, I have no idea. Yeah, Monk is saying that you're a quarter of his losses. It was a great match. I'm quite sure I played the Monk and beat him with a different team. I don't know. Anyway, the Tomb Guardians, standard builds, happy days. The team to me, it is season 18. V-Power knows what's going on. The team to me has no players that jump out and say, I'm the nucleus of this team. Maybe the thrower with agility 3, but the team operate as a unit, and I think that's the best way to build any team. You see some that build with star players, but what happens if a player disappears or goes down? In this team, you lose one thrower, the other can pick up the bad news, or you lose a Tomb Guardian. That's never nice because it's hard work, but the others can pick up the bangle. I've got that. They could pick up the ball and keep going. I like them built like this. I don't know what you think.
No, I'm the same. I try and build across the whole team. I don't really like, even when it's got access to the transfer market, I've never bothered going for outright stars. Admittedly, I've never got the cash to do it, but
This is it. If he loses a Tomb Guardian, even if he picks one up temporary, you can then look at saving cash ready to replace with a decent one at the end of the season. It's got a rookie Blitzer in there.
so if you replaced one, I think you got the block Mighty Blow Tomb Guardian
Yeah.
in the transfer market.
Which is
had one die on him.
Which is valid. So the question I'm going to put to you, this is your player pool, maybe this is a bit unfair, but who's winning? Who's winning the entire thing?
Oof, I don't know. I'd probably go with the Squirrel Master.
I agree. I think the Squirrels, they've got... Go on.
Dwarf Giant and V-Power are up there as well.
I think
Disco Devil aren't far behind.
They're all good coaches. Everyone in there, none of them are a bad coach. I don't include yourself in that. But I think the Bretonian advantages are dealing with things that are stronger than them because of their Dauntless. So they can bully. I've bullied ogres with them. It's brilliant. So they could potentially bully Khemri and lizards. They can do all sorts of
with the Dauntless to deal with.
Yeah,
all the strength-based teams.
It takes away the advantage that they have as a team. I'd love to say the Pumas, you can never discount them. The Dark Elves with those players, you can never discount. V-Power, if that works right, he's winning this division. You've got to say one of them's not. I don't think your Dwarfs are going to win the division, and that's nothing to do with you as a coach. I think Dwarves at this TV in that pool are a little bit out of their depth. Khemri are fighting uphill with their Bangle and all that malarkey, so they, I think, will settle not to finish in the bottom third, and they'll consider that a successful season. I know Gio is a very, very good coach, so him as a coach it might be different, but first season in the pros, you've got to, can't aim too high, I don't think. The Monk, I think, is going to be looking at the same, settle this season in the pros, make sure he's happy, contented, and then look to move on from there, much like he did in the CL. So I'm going to call it for Brett's, and I want to say Vamps are finishing second because he's got my Count Dracula in there. But who's going to finish last?
I'm looking forward to the next match. Time for some Blood Bowl.
Finish last.
Monk saying he'd take
Go
seventh.
with me or Gio, just because his team's quite a lot weaker. But
It is, but
then
that
again,
means he
will
can be
getting star players.
stars or wizards and things like that. I mean, a wizard against your dwarves or the orcs could kill their drive, providing he scores. That's all he needs. He doesn't need to take the ball off you. I don't know how he uses inducements at this sort of level as a Khemri coach. I mean, Ramtut might chuck that in just to say, well, I've got these 5 guys to deal with, and both those sides are going to struggle. It's a difficult one. Again, the Dark Elves, if they lose those key players, they've had it. I'm just trying to think. Who's finishing last? Don't know. I'm struggling between yourself, Bad Intentions, and I don't want to say it, but Los Pumas, because I think the injuries are going to catch up on them eventually.
Yeah, but there's not a massive amount of heavy bash in
There's not.
the division.
The Orcs are the chief bashing team, followed by your
Orcs are
Dwarves.
quite bashy, but they're not built for it yet.
Not yet, no.
Lizards, again, there's not a massive amount of
Our magic
Ooh,
outright
V-Power.
bash.
V-Power's calling the Drunken Monk to finish top 3. I think it's the beautiful thing of this pro player pool is there's no standout weak team. There's a lot of good strong teams. We both agree we think the Squirrels can win it, but we've also pulled out at least 2 other teams that could as well. So it's just a very, very good team.
Yeah, there's Not a single
Sorry, good
team that I
pull.
would say is definitely going to win. None
No. High
definitely going to
overkill.
lose.
Yeah, this one's going to be a fun one to watch. You've missed this WAC, WFC player pool. We're just trying to work out who's going to win the thing. I think we've both said that the Bretonians could, but we've also called out at least 2 other teams that could as well. And then finishing bottom, yeah, we can't really pick that one either. It could be... But then, see, I could quite easily, like you say, chuck the Khemri in the mix, because if they get bogged down into that fight against the Orcs and the Dwarves, that's bad. But the humans, the lizards definitely, Dark Elves without a doubt, vampires, the Bretts can all then do agility stuff and upset their game just as easy. But he's a very solid coach, and it's difficult to... Yeah, I can't call it.
Well, I know for a fact I really struggle against any Bash teams.
No. And I think V-Power's hit nail on the head. The Dark Elves could win, but it could go bust. They've got some injuries. I know they've got a niggle on one witch. They've got an armor bust on a witch. They're playing... It depends a lot on the run-in, but the dwarves, the orcs, possibly the humans, the lizards, they're all going to lay some pain, and possibly even the Bretonians. He's got to get past that lot and survive to the next game. Any one game, he'll keep more than capable of winning, 1-on-1. But he's got to last 7 games. It's tough. Who's playing who first? Infinite Darkness are playing the Bangles first. The Bengal Pharaohs.
Lizards first.
You got lizards. Oh, Holy Squirrel versus Pumas. There's one from a blast from the past. And the CL champs get the age-old legendary vampires, Factor 50 United. So there we go. That's WAC, WFC. I can't say any more. Great player pool. I'd like to be a part of that. Only I think I've got what I've always wanted in mind. So let's have a look at my player pool next.
What is your player pool?
DVC SCC. Oh, somebody's petting my pet on the chat. Right, teams. Ah, V-Power's about to play right now. Well, good luck both of you. And enjoy. Now, no games are played in this pool yet. I know some pools have got some games played. We're trying to get pools out the way that haven't, because then we're not allowing others to get ahead too much, if you know what I mean, because they've already started. So in this one, we've got Overkill's playing at 10. We've got Skaven NNTB, an old coach, a Rodentia
and Mausium.
That's the team. An age-old team, classics. We got the Flamers, 3-time champions. The Yate Yobs, I've heard that team time and time again. I don't know how old they are, but I'm guessing quite old. Golden Discipline.
They're around the same age as my team.
The Golden Discipline are a championships winning side. Very experienced in Trip.
Trip won with his humans.
Oh, was it?
He moved to the Norse.
Oh, I thought it was with Golden Discipline.
He beat the Witch's Coven, Gardlia's Dark Elves, in the final just before I joined up. It was one of the first games I watched. What was this human team name again? I forget. I need to look at it.
While you're having a look, we've got Shots playing with Gambling Goblins, which nobody wants to see stunties in their division. Whilst it should be an easy 3 points, they are going to destroy your team. If you get a draw or a win, draw or a loss, it's almost like, well, you haven't played up to whatever you're doing. So that's bad news. Yeah, we'll go into them in a minute. And then to follow on to that, we've got Halflings at 1240. So that means people are going to be playing with 0 rerolls against 58 trees and all sorts of weird and wonderful stuff. Chuck into the mix to follow them, we've got the Slanseers. Now, I remember these starting out. I played these with my Lizard some 4 seasons ago, and they're starting to become a part of the history, which is nice. And Jofro, legendary coach as he is. And then we finish off with my Dark Elves, fresh out of the CLs. So let's start at the top with Rodentia and see what state these are in.
Travis's championship team were Dream Wild.
Dream Wild. Now, Rodentia ad nauseum. Start off, they have, I think, a fairly full team. 2, 4, 5. Yeah, they've got 12 players from what I gather, unless I counted one, which is probable. No, 11 players. But they're starting off with 5 injuries. 5 missed next games.
But not just that. At the start of last season, they had 4 legendary gutter runners on the squad.
And now they've only got 2.
No,
2
now
gutter
they've got
runners.
1.
And
one legendary left.
And he has got an agility bust as well. He's only carrying agility. Wrestle, strip ball, wrestle, leap, dauntless, tackle, very long legs. Very nice coach. Coach, well, yeah, he probably is a nice coach. He's Welsh. He's got to be nice. Was a very nice gutter runner, but the trouble is that Rat is not going to carry that team, and the gutter runners, I think, need to carry Skaven. He's got a wrestler. Maybe he's looking to replace him. You know, a touchdown away from leveling. He's got 50k in the bank. First winnings has got to be another gutter runner. Trouble is they're naked gutter runners, so his running and the other teams will be a big part. No, I think you're right. He's got 4 missed next games. Storm Vermin, he's got a killer one up the top. Claw Mighty Blow. Another one not quite there, but strength 4. Again, agility bust and an AV bust. I don't know if that's just it, because again, this is key. Yeah, armor bust, sorry. On the top one. And agility on the other one. So those 2 have got to be doing a lot of heavy lifting this season, but one of them's hurt. Lineman with guard, missing a movement, no major. He's got kick, which is nice. The Rat Ogre, I'm not seeing anything wonderful here. Did he have block? He did have block. See, I took claws with mine. Break, tackle, stand firm. So maybe he's going to be rolling dice with the Rat Ogre a lot, because, well, for a rat team, and you play rats in another league, they're not in a good position to be starting the CL off with. The pros off with. That said, he's got 49.
I'd rather have a bunch of busted gutter runners with skills all over the Storm Vermin, but
well, he's got 49, 30, 50. So the guy's played a hell of a lot of games. He knows exactly what he's going to be doing. And let's be honest,
he's played enough games to get guys to actually retire.
Yeah.
And gutter runner survived long enough to actually retire.
Not only that,
there's no questioning his skills or.
No, and if you look at it, if you're going to have a player that needs replacing on a Skaven team, ironically, it's a gutter runner, because they are going to pick up points like there's no tomorrow. You know, the Storm Vermin, you don't want to be replacing those boys, because they take forever to skill and level. I mean, let's just have a look at how many games these guys have played. They're in Season 5, their 5th season, 45 games for the top guy. And Kid Twist is in Season 12. 102 games. Now, when do they retire?
I can't imagine that Kid Twist will be long away from retirement.
This is what I'm thinking. If anybody in the chat knows at what point do players retire, that'd be interesting, because if he's rolling
Cutter's on
imminently
as well.
if they're looking to retire imminently, these 2 guys could disappear before next game. That could be the tipping point.
I think they need to turn up for the game to retire.
Yeah, but the next game... Oh, right, the one after next, sorry. Not the first game.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, they're busted, but you've got 1070, let's go back to them a sec. 1070 with 400k at least, I think it was, in
Well, we
Storm
can look at who
Vermin.
he's playing first. Rodentia ad nauseam are playing the Slanseers first. So
Perfect
he's
game for the
getting
Seers to start with. But he's getting
about
nearly...
800k.
Yeah. And he's got 430k sat on the bench and just... Or off the field in just those two Storm Vermin. So it's not as grim as it first looked. It's not a good place. Let's have a look at some more rats. Let's have a look at our division, or season 3, sorry, 3-time winner. Gerd's lot. Gerd's monsters. This is the team that I want to play. I want to play Gerd with these, especially on the back of them winning a championship. That's the time to play these. Rookie got a runner in the middle. He's got a movement 10. Is that sprint, sure feet? See, I thought... No, just sprint.
That's a natural one-turner.
Yeah.
No, he's just got sprint. He's not got sure feet yet.
No, I wouldn't, to be honest, I wouldn't put sure feet. I'd like to think a coach of his quality is winning with him on the pitch. He's not using one-turners. That's to settle the draw. So you need to be putting pain on that boy. Be interesting to see if he plays with him on the field or not.
I
But
still love that sleeve board that he's got. Claws, Dauntless, Mighty Blow, Piling On, Block.
yeah, this guy at the top. What's he all about? What's he all about?
Have you looked at face tunes?
Death.
Did you know
For a gutter runner,
Destruction.
Claws as a first skill's interesting. So he's thinking Claws Dauntless, looking for the double for Mighty Blow, and then to get Piling On as well. That's just horrendous. And the thing is,
What'd you take on this final level up?
I don't know. Possibly
I'd
tackle.
probably
I don't
take
know.
Leap. Well, tackle or leap for me.
No.
Just to scare the hell out of the opponent, not knowing where he can hit.
Yeah, you could put leap on him. I'm not sure I would. The candidate for leap is your gut runner with the agility 5.
Agility and guard.
Yeah, someone's calling horns on a double, but horns and dauntless don't work, so waste of time. And horns activates before dauntless. It just makes dauntless rolls easier, not the other way around. His storm vermin, the strength up guy, mighty blow, tackle, very nice piece. He's got an injury. I'm guessing that's a niggle.
Yeah, it will be.
Yeah, so he's target number 1 for some coaches. And the other one, claw, mighty blow, guard, stand firm, horrendous. Yeah, piling on. 2 killers. 2 killers. Couple of busted linemen. Nobody cares about linemen. Thrower. The rookie. He's not a rookie anymore.
I don't think he has been for quite a while.
No. And the rat ogre is... I don't know how much impact he has in the way Gerd plays.
The big cheese, he does a lot. I don't think Gerd relies on a big guy.
No. And what I like to see is his stats: 59, 15, 18.
Tabletop.
Yes. 59, 15, 18. So he's got a lot of wins to his loss ratio. And he's got a free wizard every game that he's at home, which means, of course, those gut runners are going to be all over it. He needs some big hand and double head type stuff going on. That's what he needs to recover that ball. But that's an agility 5 guy's job now. Ball comes loose, he needs to get in and get out. Maybe.
He's got 2 gutters that have quite a bit of development to do.
Yeah. It's a nice team. Let's have a look at the Yobs.
these guys, I think.
CL champions for season 16. So these have been in the pros for 2 seasons. 18, 6, 17. Tasty couple of blitzers. Well, all 4 of them aren't bad. Do you know what? I think Monk's Orc team are better developed in terms of the way they look, but this has got some standout stars. I think the 2 blitzers,
ups,
yeah, golden.
the doubles,
But what he's done,
the kill build.
Shaky Dog's asking what pulls we've done so far. We've done Dio's pull, which is I don't know, what was your
The
pull,
one that
dear?
I'm in.
We know it's the one you're in because it's your pull.
WAC,
And we're just looking at this pool now, DVC SEC. We're part way through. So anyway, we're looking. What I like with his blitzers, he's got 2 with the agilities and 2 that are killers or training killers. Dio is in Dio's pool, yes, absolutely right. So his blitzers have already, if you like, started to deviate from the standard to chosen paths. Black Orcs are very young, very inexperienced. Got the strength 5 guy. They could, if he catches the wrong coaches at the wrong time, get exposed to that claw. Orcs don't like claw, and we've already seen 2 teams with it already. Troll is the troll. There's nothing else in there that stands out as particularly amazing or particularly bad. It's just general orc stuff. It's standard. But they're season 16 champions of the CL for a reason. Let's go and have a look at Trippis and his Norse. Where are they? Where have you put the Norse team, Dio?
Well, I'm trying to work out if this is better or worse than last season. I think it's around the same number of players.
Well, the Yeti's obviously, he's looking to take him to Legends, which would be great to see that happen. A rookie Ulf.
And Pro, nice.
A rookie Ulf. 2 Berserkers, which is tasty. One of them's a bludgeon killer, which is nice. That runner's carrying the team as best it can. Move an armor up on a Norse team is. I'm sure there's reason to it. I'd never do it myself. Maybe it's just protect kick. He's got kick, so let's protect him. I don't know. And he's looking to put fend on linemen.
I find the movement more useful, but
I do. I think movement 7 would be a massive bonus. Incidentally, they are my first opponents for the season, and I'll be looking for some sort of revenge on what he did to my Dark Elves, but we'll see. Not my Dark Elves, my Vampires. He played my Vampires, and then they started eating each other at the wrong time. Tripp's a very good coach. He knows what he's doing. +1 when injuries get pushed off the pitch. Nobody likes that. 42 wins for 24 losses. Tells a story. This guy knows what he's doing. The team's part of the fabric of the building. What can we say? So, goblins. More shots and his goblins. Goblins, goblins, goblins. In the pros. Not just the pros, in my divisions. Lots of filthy little bastard goblins. Couple of agility ups, which is always nice for slinging them if that's what you want to do.
agility up on the Pogor is an absolute nightmare to deal with.
You are in time. We've not got to yours yet, my friend. Pogo with agility up would always be nice. Shame you can't throw them anymore.
You don't need to throw.
I used to be able to. It was amazing.
Get a small screen and then he can leap over.
What's this loony got? What's his loony got? He's got a skill. Dirty player. Does dirty player stack with chainsaw? It must do when you foul. It must do. So you know what's going to be happening here. turn 1, he's going to knock something down. The soul's going to come in and foul it. Rinse and repeat till your team is dead and he wins, or he runs out of players and you win. Horrendous. And star players cost 50k less. Nuffle's Altar.
He'll be taking a bombardier every game.
Possibly. I think he'll take the other ball and chain quite possibly. And maybe another saw actually. Because I'm not sure the bomb will always be helpful. Depends what you place. But so far we've seen 2 rat teams. We've seen agility 4 orcs. And I know mine have got agility 4 dark elves. So throwing bombs at them might not be the cleverest of ideas.
I bet it would be fun.
It's not going to be fun for whoever he's killing. And Shots knows what he's doing. The quality coach. 725. So I don't know if he started as a rookie season or what. I can see them causing more than just some problems, Shaky. Scares me. So let's just move on to the other scary team in this division. As if we haven't covered enough. Our halflings.
These guys absolutely crushed me when I played them.
Yeah, halfling dwarfs is not a pleasant game. 2 great trees. One's got block
and deep root on as well. So he had 4 strength 6 plus players.
He had Morg and deep root.
Yep, 3 strength 6 with block, and 3 stand firm as well.
Wow.
So I couldn't even do the cheap rely on Dauntless and red dice to knock them out of the way.
Well, you're looking at this, he's got the movement 6 sprint sure feet, or a sprint combination anyway. He's got a blodging agility 4 and the rest don't really matter. He's got 14 players, which allows 2 for the stars, and it's safe to say his star players cost 50k less. So it's just, they're going to cause problems too. I never have played Tor. I don't know how good he is as a coach, but this team worries me. 13, 5, 10.
Oh, this isn't his first season in the pros with the halflings, so
no. But this is a new team. It looks
says all it needs to.
13,
no,
5, 10.
It's his 3rd season, I think, with him.
Wow. So yes. So over to a very good friend, somebody I admire, Jofo. And his Slanceers. Now every season we tip these to do bad, and every season they're still here plodding on. He makes magic happen with these. 15, 15, 20 is his record, and there's his team. 11 players now. He's still got his bear, lots of hugging. If not, it's a very rounded off team.
Yeah, there's skills all over.
I don't know what to say. I'm not going to enjoy. See, I'm not going to enjoy this either because they'll dive and tackle. He's got 1, 2, 3 blitzers. I enjoyed the wizard that I get from them, but yeah, either time 2.0. They're coming along nicely. This is a great little team. These could cause problem for the goblin and halflings with all the dive and tackle that they're spreading. Look at his bear, block, tackle, guard. Wow. They've all got long legs apart from the bear. Filth, absolute filth. But only 2 rerolls, that's interesting. So if you can get him bouncing around and causing problems, dice failing, he could suffer with Dark Elf problem. Dark Elf, vampire problems.
I don't think he really uses the leap more than actually necessary.
So you need to make him use it, that's what we need to do. Which means we finish off with 1 more. My Dark Elves. So you played this team, tell me what you think while I eat some more cheese on toast.
The Bank of Alton.
Oh, what I think is generally not very much. But
That's because they share
an
the
absolute
with the gold
nightmare
wizards.
to deal with.
Nobody can steal from them.
So we've got,
Just
who did we bring in? Alan Jones we bought in, movement 8, agility 5 this season. He's a new to the team. And the Master joined us last season through transfer. Overkill says this team's a
glad that
pain.
I'm not trying to face a lane this season.
Yeah. The 2 witches are coming along nicely. Overkill keeps trying to sell me a witch. We got Plana Darkblade, Mighty Blow, and then Block. And Lady Luck, who's looking for strip ball or tackle next, I think. See how that goes. So Stepping Fend will be a pain in the ass on number 4. And the other one, a bit of straight up hitting for, you know, the Voth. He's a problem. He's going. His time in this team's limited. He seems to get hit once a game and then gets missed next game or injured. So he's not getting the games he needs.
Well, your first game goes quite nicely. You'll get 4 level ups, assuming they spread it out the right way.
Yeah, the trouble is with the spreading out nicely. It's Tripperus that I'm playing. And I'm picking up 2 players, so it's extra 140 on the TV, so it's 1720. I'm not sure what he's picking up, but I know he's got to pick up a lot. Interestingly enough, my enhancement is also the same as his, where if I push you off the pitch it's +1 to the injury. So we'll both be playing for the Surfs potentially. Interesting.
He's 1540 when he's got all his journeymen.
Is he really? So he's got 140, 190-ish to play with. 180. So who's winning that player pool, Dio?
Unfortunately, I've got to go with the boring answer and go with Nuffle's son, Gerd.
I think his team looks to be possibly the strongest, without a doubt.
It's the least damaged team.
It's not just about the least damage. They've got the tools to deal with everyone. They've got the claw to deal with Yorks. They've got the pace and the speed. That one turn is going to cause problems to Eddie, which will stop him losing games, which is the key.
Strangely enough, I think that Jofro's team will be the toughest for him.
Quite probably. I think they don't have a bench. Having a bench will be useful. The goblins and the halflings, well, he could run up scores against those. Equally so, people can put damage on him quick. So I think the schedule, I mean, who's he got first? He is playing the halflings first. That's interesting. Yeah.
700k.
Yeah. So who knows what he's going to be playing against? Who knows?
Tor is fantastic for choosing the right combination of stars for the right opponent.
Yeah. I mean, Puggy could be useful in that. He might take the blitzer woman with the stab skill, whatever her name is, Zara. She could be useful. Strength 4 with stab against armor 7. Who's finishing second?
Second, I want to say either you or Jofro.
I think it could be Jofro. I think my team, whilst I believe I can do it, I think the team needs to develop a little bit. Maybe a season. I've said it before about coming up from the CL and settling for a season before pushing on. But who's finishing last?
I'm actually going to go with Shots on that one.
Really? That's interesting. I think Shots can beat the halflings, because if he gets those ball and chains working and knocks those trees down, it's advantage to goblins. But I'm thinking Rodentia could finish bottom. They're in for a tough game, and if Shots is going to come out fouling, and same with halflings, they could lose players rapidly. And rebuilding rats is hard work, as you know. Chainsawing the trees, I don't think such a good idea, because it makes trees armor 7, and we all know how armor 7 doesn't always break. You don't want your chainsaw sat next to a tree at the end of your turn. You just don't want it. It's bad news.
Yeah. If it's next to the tree, that's the first block.
Yeah, you just get rid of the thing and take it off the pitch. So I think Rodentia could finish last.
I think when he's got his two Stormvermin back, he's not going to struggle too much against the two stunty teams.
Maybe. I'm just thinking he's lacking for the gutter runners. I mean, he might get the points against the stunties. I expect the stunties to pick up points. You can never discount Trip. Trip's team, don't forget, all his loners are Norse linemen, which will come with block. They enjoy beating up goblins, halflings and rats and elves. And what's his division made of?
Yeah, he's just not going to like the orcs.
No, he won't like the orcs. My dark elves might cause a little bit of issue, and the Stanseers. If not, he's just going to abuse the armor 7, the old glass cannon. The trouble is he's running in with 11 players, generally speaking, which means second half, how much is he going to have left? Unless he's taking a bench. But Trip's a good coach, he knows what he's doing.
Again, I think the same can be said of everyone in this playable.
Yeah, it's a good playable.
Not as good as mine, but yeah, very good one too.
Well, it's the one I wanted, being with Gerd. Definitely. Right, let's jump over to one more tonight. We might get to it, we'll see how we're going. And then we can get it wrapped up into 2 sittings. Because we've only got 3 and 4, haven't we?
Yeah.
Zidley. Tell me what divisions you want us to do. TNA and D&D. Now, I've been in that division. I've been in that league. So let's have a look at TNA and D&D.
I always think of the wrong thing when I hear TNA.
Oh, we've got a list. If we get time, we will. Where is it? TNA and D&D.
That one. You've gone too far.
That one.
That's the first
No.
one.
Oh. Oh, there we are. Don't forget you're delayed. Well, we'll do yours tomorrow, Overkill. How about that? We'll look to do yours tomorrow. Oh, he's going soon to get ready for his game. He's going to get pumped up. Right, this one we are looking at. Have any games been played yet? None's been played.
No, none in this. Cool.
Just Stevie, I know that name. I'm not sure what he's playing. Humans. The Weird Ship of Clown Zombies, Wood Elves. That's a good team. Shaky's playing. Oh, we got Shaky in the chat with his Underworld. I hate Underworld. The Glass Cannon. Hornet's in there. Great coach, great team. Muir's in there with his Wood Elves. Chaotic Cookie with Ogres. That was a great game last time. Zidley's Orcs and Kaiser's Dwarfs. So let's start at the top with
the
just
king himself.
just
Mr.
Stevie. Is he the king?
He's the dwarven king. Grimbeard.
Did his people all grow?
Just a few feet.
647, new team. I'm guessing fresh into the division.
He's taking a break from the dwarves to
Well,
take the
yeah.
humans out.
Look at this team for fresh out the box or into the leagues. 2 throwers is very interesting. I find that interesting. Don't think it's something I personally would do. I'm not saying it's bad. I don't see an ogre.
He's concentrating on the strength 3 across the team and the movement.
I do not see an ogre. That's interesting. No, you did not miss them. We haven't done them yet, Cav. We've done 2 pro pools, and this is a CL pool. So yes, no ogre. The Blitzing quartet are looking very nice. Very sweet indeed. Maybe his hitting power's coming from number 1. Lyman, nothing to say. Standard stuff, 3 with block, a tackle included. Two throwers I find interesting.
With Hail Mary pass.
I don't know, I'm
Yes.
just looking.
I'm not used to seeing that skill, so looking it up to find
Kick off
out.
return, Hail Mary pass. Okay, so he picks the ball and just wings it downfield. Interesting. But with only one catcher, that'd be interesting to see. The other thrower...
Well, you've got 3 blitzers at movement 8, so
You do.
the one catcher's not so big an issue.
With the other ones, knows the steal and accurate as the leader.
How's the missile?
And Scrod Silver Dollar, the catcher at the end, who's going to be the outlet for his throwers. 17 games played. Yeah, it's a new team, but they're looking good. I think there's lots of ways you could develop it. Stay the parties on, which I'm not sure which is. I'd like to see an ogre introduced at some point, maybe another catcher or two, but then the team starts getting bigger. But it's trim, it's lean. Those blitzers are going to be the backbone of the team.
120k, so you'll be able to get an ogre after the first game. So
if that's on his agenda, it might not be. He might not like the lack of reliability they can bring, but I think they're a necessity personally. But I'm not a human coach at best.
I think every big guy's a necessity, but
every big guy,
not the most sensible. Every big guy, including on Chaos Dwarves.
Okay. Talking of big guys, let's move to the wood chippers and clown zombie. He's got a tree man. We like tree men.
This is a pro team that's come back in after taking a couple of seasons out.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry. 10 players, 10 players, so be picking up loaners. 12, 3, 9.
Agility 5.
Yes. Jump up tree. And only one war dancer, so he's running light, but that war dancer can certainly put a shift in.
I think they took a good beating before they took that ball.
Interesting. Catchers with wrestle. Now, I know some people use on pros and high elves their catchers to become their blitzing pieces. The blitzers become support. But I definitely think on a wood elf team, catchers should stay catchers, because you've got the war dancers to do the blitzing. They do everything they need to do. They're built for it. That's preference. What do I know? I don't know much about wood elves.
I generally like to put wrestle on one, just so I'm not putting wrestle into a war dancer. But
oh, see, if you've got a war dancer with block and wrestle, it makes them so versatile. People say, oh, but if he goes down, the ball's coming loose. You knock the ball down against wood elves, they're scoring that turn or next. Because the movement of the catches is phenomenal. Exactly. I like what you did there. Right. Let's go for Shaky Dog. This one's yours, Shaky Dog. Step into the limelight. We have got 1530 TV, so this must be a second season at least for these boys. Stars are costing a little less, 1128.
Stadium is like a second home for a team.
We've got
quite early on in our season.
Killer Troll, Killer Blitzer, one that's taken on the duties of I don't know what with the agility and all the rest of it, catcher or thrower. He's got 2 heads, dodge, tackle, agility. He should be a blitzer. Someone's confused this poor one. Throwers doing what throwers do, but no lineman. Interesting. I thought the extra movement would be and extra strength would be picked up in no time. Maybe it's injuries. 11 players, goblins, big hand everywhere, which is nice. Knock the ball loose. You've got a goblin with agility, horns, and big hand. Can I put Carrot in for DLC fun vote? I'm guessing he's another division or follow-up division.
That'll be the one that we do last because he's already played his game.
Yeah, if people have played games, we're going to leave those because we want to try and catch teams before they play. If the division's already started, then, you know, it saves risking 2 lots. But we're going through these. We might do another one tonight, yeah. Up next, humans, Hornet. Now, last season in my division,
Coach changing to humans.
last season I played the Hornet, and it was quite possibly one of the toughest games I played. The coach is phenomenal. Gio was up there with him. Ah, the linemen both died. Shake your eyes, linemen. Oh, that's sad. Let's just take a moment to think about those linemen.
When are we gonna get to see a game?
Right, anyway, the humans, phenomenal coach, knows exactly what he's doing. The killer piece called me problems, big time. He knows how to deal with his guard, his positioning. It's a bit more how I would expect to see a team, but he's got, again, no ogre. No ogre, so I suppose it's the reliability issue here.
He
Which,
seems to be building peasants at the bottom as well.
yes. That'd be frontline fodder. Now, for me, as a Dark Elf coach, or any coach, if I see humans without an ogre, I'm thinking, this is good. Because those guys can put the pain in, and are a pain to get around. Use them a bit like a tree man, but mobile tree man. The team's built very rounded, very good. I like it. It caused me problems. He was unfortunate to miss out on playoffs last season.
Don't forget, you need to maintain
Statistics 13, 6, 12. Clearly knows what he's doing. Yeah, he's a dwarf coach, you say, playing humans. Any thoughts?
No, generally no.
Awesome.
The thrower that he's got is going to be frustratingly good for a few people, but
Yes. Yeah.
generally I don't like to pass with. In general, I
Where's-
just don't like to pass.
He's hit a long bomb, I believe, on a 4, which is very nice.
There's AG4 with
It's accurate.
the accurate
The 4
jump up
plus.
as well. And
Yeah.
even when you hit him, the ball's going pretty accurately. So
Trouble is, he's only got really one reliable target to dump off to.
yeah, if
Grant
you're
is-
dumping off, you don't really need it to be that reliable.
It's nice to be, though, especially if you're playing elves, because it's the elves that are going to be hitting him. But he comes with the strip ball, sorry, the sure hands. So he's a tidy ball carriers as human throwers. Who we got next? Ah, Muir and his wood elves. He's coming back with a different team, vastly different to the Chorfs. First thing I notice is no tree. Where's the tree? We need a tree. Every tree man should have every team should have a tree man.
I don't really.
Apparently,
think
Cav,
this
this
team's
is
would
right.
do as well as it could do.
Do you look at this and you can tell it's a farm team, very min-maxed. The war dancers are absolutely beautiful. Strength on the tackle, agility on the mighty blow. Always goes that way. I'd rather the agility on the tackle and strength on the mighty blow, but you can't ever control that. The catcher he bought off me with the 2 movement, and then he took strength up on it. Personally, I think strength's TV bloat on a movement 10 catcher. It's just, I mean,
Assuming that
220k.
he's only going for the one turner with it.
Even so, if he's,
Strength up's handy otherwise, but
it can be, it makes him harder to put down. But you've got 220k sunk into that player. The other 2 movement 9, very nice. You can movement 9 is just phenomenal. Thrower looks to be, is that just dodge on him, or is it sure hands and dodge?
yeah, it's just dodge.
Leader and
Leader,
dodge.
um,
And then rookie lineman.
a few key hits and this team's.
Well, the thing is, the
Go on.
lineman, we've got one with a niggle, shouldn't even be in the side, because where do you put him? He's an easy target. As a Wood Elf coach myself, I'd rather see skills on the lineman, because once they start disappearing, and they will, he opens up for the other players. Most coaches won't, he hasn't got an Apo, but most coaches won't be using Apos on linemen, which then gives you numbers advantage. He'll win games, but I think it's going to struggle until it develops. Once it develops, you've got the makings, if he can keep them alive, of a phenomenally good team.
Who's he got first? The Woodchuckers. versus the bulk.
Do I have fluff? I don't know. If you send it to me, I probably do.
So he's playing Hornet first. Oh, yeah, ZJ did send fluff.
Did he?
Yes.
And you've got it, have you?
Yeah,
when we get to his team, you can tell us all about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I like to see what else. I do like to see what else. I'd like to see a tree on this. I think at 1460, where's the Apo? I think there's a lot of stat-ups. The trouble elves suffer with stat-ups on an elf is makes them phenomenally great. Too many makes a team phenomenally weak because you're relying on these key players. And don't get me wrong, you can run with 6 players in a wood elf team and loaners to the linemen, still produce the results.
So 1 roll, no apple, and a distinct lack of skills.
Yeah, this season's going to be defining. If I was Muir playing with this team, I wouldn't be looking to try and promote this season. I'd be looking to try and keep players safe. Get through this season, possibly get... I mean, he's got 3 of his line that are a point off. I'd be picking up with those and making the pass to the thrower. Do that with all 3. That's 3 games or 3 kickoffs. That's 3 skills. Then all of a sudden the team looks very, very different. Catchers are going to score. You're not going to stop that. The trouble you've got with the movement 10 catcher is he's going to steal all the points. I mean, the other 2 get left behind unless something magic happens to them, because you're not going to stop the movement 10 scoring. He's too good. War dancers are in a beautiful position. Those 2 I like. Yeah, it's a team for the future, definitely. That's my thoughts on them. It's better than facing claw killers, though. But they'll just run a skull up.
Mighty Blow first week. Admittedly, Hornet doesn't have a lot of tackle on the team, so...
He has got that 1 killer, though. And he knows how to use him. Let's have a look at our ogres.
I do like this team.
Well, we was just saying, Thunder, thanks for joining. The Woodies look on paper to be horrendously good, but it's all skill ups. It's we've done 2 of the Pro Pools, and this is our 3rd in CL. Depending on what time we finish, I might get another one in some working tomorrow. I'd like to see if we can wrap both up in 2 days. So stay around, we'll see what we can do. But back to the Wood Elves. All stat ups do not make a Wood Elf team. They need normal skills as well. That's just my thoughts. Right, Ogres. I've played this team. Chaotic Cookie, great lad, great coach. Really enjoyed it. Fun to play. And he's playing Ogres, and he's going to hurt some teams. Go back to our Wood Elves. These Ogres get a hold of those linemen with no defensive skills at all. It's a bad news for them.
I just spotted my new favourite ogre on his team.
Your new favourite ogre? Which one?
One.
Oh, let's have a look.
Ogre.
Strong arm, break tackle, agility 3. That's cool. That means he's throwing snotlings as well as a human thrower throws the ball. Just process that for a minute. Hey Cookie, we're just talking about your number 2 ogre, sorry, with the agility. He throws as good as a human thrower throws the ball, but he's throwing a snotling or a nobbler. He's the new transfer. Yeah, ogres. They scared the bejeebers out. I think it was last season we played. Scared the life out of me all the season before, because they will destroy teams. They might not win, but they will destroy teams. And then sometimes they will win games. He's got 1 win, 1 draw, 22 losses, and he keeps coming back for more. And that's what I mean about this young man. True legend of a
very
coach.
Close to being a second one of his wins. It was only through throwing absolutely ridiculous dice that I was able to do anything.
The thing is, it's going to click with these teams. This team, things are going to fall into places, and he's going to get points. He's going to do good. I like this team. I like this guy, and to keep coming back and playing. You know what? That's what legends are made of, because it's easy to smile when you're winning. It's when you're losing, how do you react? Right, Zidley and his orcs. Tell us some backstory, Dio.
Backstory.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm going to eat some cheese sandwich. Were you talking?
There's some safety concerns for his stadium, so they've had to make it slightly less safe. Obviously, too many fans were
Don't forget,
getting out okay,
enhance your stadium. Must be on the
which appears to have
sufficient
given
size.
the star players enjoy going to it a lot cheaper. He's also been stealing orcs from certain boogie ogres, otherwise known as Thundon. So he's got a absolute classic orc on his team called Louise. We hear she likes to dress up on the weekend, but no one who's ever taken those pictures has survived.
Let's have a look at her. Louise. See, if Louise gets hold of that catcher, or one of those catchers, the strength 3 one, it's just going to end all sorts of badly, isn't it?
If Louise gets a hold of the war dancer, if Louise gets a hold of the catcher, if Louise gets a hold of the...
If it gets hold of anything. But if there was a tree, Louise wouldn't want to get hold of the tree.
Well, all he needs is 2 assists and he's getting hold of
Two
that tree and
friends.
taking it down.
Yeah. Extra armor on Zan at the bottom. Interesting call. I would have taken movement or skipped it. Louise is the first transgender orc in the MML. That is fact.
It's rumored that Spike
Not all elves, not all elves. Mine are allowed to stay alive. Everyone else is elves.
and would rather play with action figures.
Who's number 8? Look at number 8. Is he going to do anything? He just... You need to, if you roll a 10, skip movement and put armor on that bad boy just to complete the set. Just do it. Because that would be amazing.
I would. I would still rather than movement 8, but yeah, having the set would be
Oh, movement 8's definitely
worth
better.
it.
But, you know, 7-4-4-10 would just be amazing. I think I only know of one player in the history of Blood Bowl that's done that, and that's the mighty Morgenthau himself.
Oh, that's taken all 4.
And, yeah, and Thundon
So
has
instead of
neither...
thinking
Go on.
he's 6'6", 310.
Yes. Well, Thundon has neither confirmed or denied, but the rumour is that there's a feeder pipeline from the Titans to this very team.
I suppose that must say as much of what London thinks of him to trust him with these players as well.
Well, this is it. I like this team. I like this coach.
At least these orcs are now getting to play with a reasonable coach now.
Well, this is it. And not just that. Do you know what's cool? He's got the first transgender orc, and he's got this one that's potentially in a shout with having stats across the line. It just gives the team a different character. I look forward to seeing where these two guys, are at the end of the season, or next season, when we do it again. Because it just adds excitement to the players. It really does. Right, who's next? Last one.
Next.
Kaiser and his dwarfs.
Oh, I like these teams. The shorter ones. So much better looking.
What we got? 1410 TV. A new team. They're called We Men. 1, 2, 4. So fresh into the season probably. Don't know. This is your bag more than mine. I don't see anything stand out.
Well, that's kind of what you want for
Yeah.
rookie dwarves. It's a shame about the movement down on the runner.
Yeah.
Again, it doesn't really change things too much.
No, because you don't want to leave the
Strength
Longbeards
up on
behind,
the
do
Troll
you?
Slayer's absolutely brilliant,
Yeah.
especially when he starts getting some more guard in.
I agree, Thunder. Dwarves, the first thing's guard on everything, because Mighty Blow's a fickle skill. People say it helps you level quickly. Yeah, it does, but we all know if you've got Mighty Blow, you need it to break armour and it doesn't go on the injury, or you roll 12s on both dice. Guard wins games.
I'd rather guard over Mighty Blow any day.
Yeah. And also, you take less hits if you've got guard, because they can't generate the hits they need.
That's why Thundon thinks they're boring.
Yeah.
Doesn't get a hit them.
No. So, who is going to win this division?
I can't choose between Clown and Hornet.
Yeah, I was looking at Clown. Let me just have a quick peek again. Thunder and the Wood Chippers. He's missing that one. He's relying a lot on one ward answer, but the 2 agility 5 is nice. Do you know what I'm going to call Hornet? I'm going to call Hornet to win and Zombie to finish second. That's what I'm calling. But who's finishing last?
I don't really want to pick on Kotick, but it's either going to be him or Moore, unless Moore gets lucky with a few.
Mule won't finish last. Mule's going to be pushing mid to top tier because the one turn elf will allow him to do it. The problem with the Wood Elf team is how he lets it develop. If he relies on that player or those players to carry the team, development won't happen in the team and it'll impact later on in life. But the team's more than capable of even pushing to win the division, but it's where it goes on after the season and how he lets it develop. If he ignores the line and focuses just on the key player, then he can fly, but when those players go, and they will, every player dies, it's how do you react and how do you deal with it. For me, who's finishing last? Do you know what? I don't know, but I'm going to make a bold statement and say that the chaotic cookie will not finish last. That's my statement.
We'll hold you to that.
Yeah. That's my... In fact... No. Chaotic cookie. What I want you to do, if you can, it's up to you, you don't have to, is in here, under the team motto, you can put down if you want that you're officially sponsored by Twitch, Hawker Twitch TV, or whatever you want. You're sponsored by me. There we go. I don't know what I'm going to give you for it. Probably nothing. So that don't really help you much, but you know. They're saying that Muir's going to finish last because Salt pulls you down. That's brutal. Brutal. Right, have we got time to do one more? It's 20 to 10. We can do one more, can't we?
I'm sure we probably could.
Now, let's go with... Let's go... Who should we go with? I did have some list of people, but they might have gone. We should do Thunder. Thunder's here. What division's Thunder in? Because I know somebody else was...
CPR.
Have games played already in it? Ace and CPR?
No, there's not.
CPR.
Means I was right, that is his division.
Let's do it then. Let's do it. So we're looking at Glowworm with Goblins. That's a bad combination. Big Badge, yes, I played with this lot. And the Tariff Tigers, they're a part of the CL back history now. I love those Tigers. They keep coming back. We've got Putredy and his Nurgle. The Beastie Boys and Overkill came close to qualifying for playoffs. Professor X and his High Elves, interesting to look at that. The Golden Girls Forever, Amazons. Thundon and his Maidens, Amazons again. And some Chaos from Chaps. So let's start at the top. Goblins, glowworm. Glowworm, goblins, bad combination. The man who lives to foul. Yeah. He's got an appetite for destruction. He's got 14 players. I don't think his skills are irrelevant to him. Yeah, I just don't.
All the secret weapons rostered, I love it.
Yeah,
This
why
is what
wouldn't
I
he?
like to see in a goblin team.
Has he got
Don't forget, Coach. You need
inducement bribes? Both teams receive a free bribe, plus he can buy bribes, which means he can have 4. He's going to keep that TV trim.
You'll be able to buy bribes against almost everyone.
Yeah. My prediction is pain. Glowworm, a goblin specialist. No, not really. Glowworm, if you ask him, will never proclaim to be a specialist at anything in Blood Bowl.
He's an enthusiast.
Enthusiast. He is a special person. I love Glow. He's a very good friend of mine. At his wedding, he was sat at the head table having his dinner, and I was way down the back somewhere. And it was actually funny because Wales had just won the Six Nations. London would like to know that. And I was wearing my kilt because I was dressed all smart for him. And some young kiddie came up and told me that Scotland were losing in the Six Nations. And then by the end of the day, Scotland had won their game, so that was nice. And Wales had won the Six Nations. And the English went quiet. It was... I don't know why they went quiet, but there was no singing over there. It was brilliant day. But back to the story. So he sat at the head table while we were having dinner with my daughter sat on his knee, eating his broccoli straight off his plate. What a legend. What an absolute legend. On his wedding day. It should be about him.
Did you know you have a family?
We'll never get a World Cup. But Thundon. We've got 3 million people. You've got 55 million people. And you're still no better than what we are. So, if you work on that, you should be like, I don't know how many times better than what we are. And you're not. But anyway. Underachievers by populace base only. Glowworm is a fouling specialist. He's a fouling specialist. I seen him move into a perfect position, set up cage for the ball, and move the ball carrier over and foul with the ball carrier. What can you do against that? He's a legend of a man, and he's going to foul. Yeah. I don't need to talk about his team, we just know what he's going to do. Let's have a look at the Tafe Tigers. Big Badger. You say it's not even 5th in your little nation. What's above it? Because you're shit at football. Curling. England are like world champions at curling, weren't they?
Well, I could understand that kind
Why?
of Rangers-like game that they call cricket.
Cricket.
Football.
But did you know, here's something that doesn't, because the English are racist, we always know that. The cricket team is actually horse dancing. You're proud of horse dancing? What? The cricket team is actually
That's a
England
Spanish
and Wales cricket team. It just gets called England and the Wales bit gets dropped. Racists. Racists. Rowing's quite good. Yeah, they do rowing, canoes and stuff like that. Yeah.
Is it more popular than rugby for them? Or is Funding just trying to pull random statistics that he's made up
I don't know.
and trying to justify them?
RJ Carrot's just questioning, are they just really good at crap? He said
No,
it.
they're not really good at it.
No. Croquet. They're good at croquet, whatever that is. And that hitting balls with hammers.
I thought you said crochet as if in the knitting.
Knitting, maybe.
I mean, it does suit likes of Funding.
Yachting. They're good at yachting, whatever. Anyway, let's have a look at Tafe Tigers and his chaos. I love this team. They've been around forever. He keeps coming back.
Coach.
Yeah, he's a brilliant. Ignoramus is all around. We love you,
Well,
Thunder.
you do live in London, that's how you've got them surrounding you.
Yeah, yeah. You can't argue that. 9-8-36. The guy keeps coming back. Behind Cookie, I think he has to be my favourite coach because he doesn't dish out salt. He doesn't whinge and cry. No doubt he has a bit of a huff now and then. We all do. But the guy keeps coming back and chucking more and more and more. Yeah, I love him. I love him.
Every time I play him, he always manages to catch me off guard with what I'm expecting.
Oh, he
I'll be
smashes my
planning the
teams to
next
bit.
move, and then he'll do something, and it's like I've never seen that at all.
Yeah, you can't plan
Every
for some
time.
things. It's great. I like Badger. Looking at his team again, I think if you was playing this team or Thunder was playing this team, we'd be looking at that this player can do this and that player can do the other. But Badger just, it doesn't matter. You can't sometimes predict some of the stuff. You sometimes look and think, this guy's the one that's going to ruin my team, and he won't use him in that way, use him in a different way. And yeah, the guy plays the game as maybe it was once designed, you know. And he is getting, you're absolutely right, Thunden, the guy is getting better every season. I think I've played him 3 times, and it's gone from not being a difficult game to actually I need to be careful now. And you're seeing this is the play you should be making. He does something different. It's like, where did that come from? And you have to be on your toes. Love the guy. He's brilliant. He is very good with his Mino. He's trashed a few teams, period. And it's not always with the team of the players that you think are going to do the trashing. You know, I've got more respect for the coaches that keep coming back when they're losing or when a team's broken. I've seen this guy with 2 Chaos Warriors. I've got more respect from those than, and I've got a lot of respect for Thunder. He's on the chat, so I can speak openly about him, who I've met personally, winning with a team and then coming back with a winning team. Because winning's easy, it's losing that's hard. And there's a lot of coaches in the world, I think personally, could take a lesson out of the like of Big Badger and Chaotic Cookie and all the rest of it, who just say, do you know what, it happened, let's move on and go to the next one. Fair play, my hat goes off to you guys. Nurgle's up next. Putrid D, I think I played this guy. I did.
I played this one twice and lost twice.
I don't like Beasts and Nurgles, they're amazing big guys. The Warriors, he's got 2 good Warriors there, 2 rookies. One's on 100 out of 176 SPPs.
Well,
22, 7, 11.
Has been the only one that's been around for about 3 seasons. When he came in last season, he had 2 players on the team with skills.
Yeah.
That guy being one of them.
Well, he's saying, Thunden said, you know, he's got an awesome way of playing Nurgle, and I'm quite sure that I've played this. I need to check. Violent Sons, Bad Intentions, Dio's Midgets, Los Pumas, he beat them, big side to beat. He lost to the Halflings, we spoke about them in my division earlier. Something to watch out for. You don't go to a Nurgle ground and just win. He's beaten you twice that I've seen. Played the Tigers before. Whitby Albion, there you go. He played my Vampires and beat them 1-0. Guy knows what he's doing. Good coach. Can't fault him. Just needs to improve a couple of those Warriors. And he's in a nice steady place. Pestigores will come along. They carry the team. But it's in development. Is it ready for the pros? It's better he's not in the pros with the team as it sits right now. In my opinion, for what it's worth. Another season, you could see him go up. And then watch out the pros. That's why Thunder re-rolls, so that he's not up there when these go up. He just gets to play them now instead. The Beastie Boys, Overkill. If you ever get to play this guy, have a chat with him, proper northerner. Funny as you like.
No, he's not. He's southern.
Well, no, you're in a different country to him. You're arguably a southerner too. Because you're from South Scotland.
No, I'm not.
Where are you from?
North of Inverness.
You're all the way out there? Did you know I've found something out new? I did not know people from Inverness could speak English.
Oh, if you call what I'm doing speaking English, then yeah.
I
Most people
thought
say
that
it's barely.
general conversation was limited from, that far north.
Why do you think I played Blood Bowl?
Yeah, fair enough. So yeah, Overkill's a good coach. He constantly learning. Just clicks and grunts, yeah. Constantly learning. Every time I play him, it gets closer, it gets tighter. He got a draw with him last season. He's finding out new skill combinations, which is nice. He's not resorting to the one-trick pony, which is always nice. We've had conversations and chats. He got his arse handed to him by our Goblin coach, who's arguably the best Goblin coach I've ever played. I forget his name now. It begins with a Y. And we had a chat after, and that's him, and he said he's put time into players. I said, but when you put claw on a player, when you put mighty blow on a player, when you put tackle on a player, you're looking to ruin another player who somebody else has put time into. And his response was, that's a good point. And that's everything. He's learning all the time. Good young coach, and he's going to be one for the future, hopefully. I like the way he plays. Lot to learn, but learning all the time. Watch out for this one.
He's got a lot of rerolls on the team. 3 rerolls and a leader.
He does, and I think the leader will eventually go. I think it's new coach syndrome, where he's seeing plays that aren't necessarily the best play to make, because he's thinking about the turn he's on rather than 2 or 3 turns time. And it's not necessarily a bad thing.
I only ever think of the turn I'm on.
Granted. And do you know what impresses me most about that is that you're thinking.
Wow, barely.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, he's in his 2nd season. I got a lot of time for Overkill. He's a good guy. He's playing as we speak, I believe, against
Big Badger.
Big Badger. Oh, we'll see if we can catch that game at the end. In at the High Elves then, Professor X. High Elves. High Elves. He's got a very agile blitzer. Too agile for my liking. Bit of dodge. It's very standard starting team. 3 rerolls. 2 blitzers, 1, 2 catchers. Professor X and Mentok are best mates in real life. There we go then.
Okay.
Who's Mentok?
That's the last team that we're going to look at in this division.
That's why only half of it makes sense to me. Oh, that's cool to see them, best mates playing at some point. I like that.
I played a Professor last season, who's also Scottish. And unfortunately he was too nervous of putting any players into my team.
I've just had an amazing idea. We could do this.
Get my entire team up to his touchline, and then form my cage before he tried to act.
Well, here's an idea,
He's
and
still
Thunden's
learning.
in the chat. I think Thunden would go for this. What we should do is we work out the logistics, if he likes the idea of it, but form teams of 3 from different nations and have like our own Team World Cup. And we could have like 3 Welsh guys and 3 English guys and 3 American guys and 3 Scottish guys and 3 whatever other nations we've got. We're bound to be able to get a few. Our own little World Cup. That would be
Scotland's winning that,
amazing.
then.
Why'd you say this? You're shit.
We've got Gerd.
And let's assume that he wins. He can only win one of your games, meaning the other 2 might not, and therefore you lose the round.
I might get lucky. Very, very lucky.
And he might get unlucky. But that could be fun to do, just a bit of fun. I'll see if I can work out the logistics. And if I can, I'll put it to Thundon and the board and whatnot and see if we can have a bit of fun. Maybe even a couple of US teams, because obviously the US is a big place and we can see more representation. Maybe we can have an East Coast and a West Coast.
North v South.
Yeah, I'll have a look at that. I'll put some ideas together, and then I'll sling some stuff over to Thundon and see if he can help us thrash out some ideas. Maybe for a charity event or something, a bit of fun. So yeah, that'd be fun. Right, anyway, so this coach, standard high elf start. Mento's talking about bashing him already. Overkill's going live. Yes, this is true. The US only compete in World Cup competitions if it's US only, because the United States is the world in sport. Good luck, Overkill. We've just spoken about yourself and Big Badger. Nothing but praise for the pair of you. And we spoke about halflings and a standard build. So let's go over to Amazons and the Barbie Man. You did ask for it. What can I say? Amazons. Blodgin. That's a good start.
Nice.
Sprinkler Guard. Beautiful start. What can you say? 4 rerolls is probably one too many. You can catch it back. Don't worry.
On guard on the blitzers first before Nightblow.
I think that's the way to do it. I'd like to have seen him drop a reroll and maybe picked up 2 more guard and the other 2 blitzers. There's lots of love for your Overkill. It'd be worth the rewatch. I sung your praises, boy. I sung your praises. Yeah, I'd like to see a couple more guard and drop a reroll. 3 rerolls is plenty for Amazons. I've not seen that I can see a great deal of tackle, so this could be a nice start for these guys or girls, whichever way you look at it. I don't want to assume their gender, of course. What can you say?
I'm not sure I think if there was any tackle.
7-6-1. He's not losing games. I don't know what he's like as a coach. Never played him or her. It. I don't want to assume a gender because you know that's bad these days. Thundon. Let's look at Thundon's team. Amazons again. Bit more cash to spend on the starting value of the team. He's a very efficient German coach, apparently. 11 line women, 3 rerolls. He's got 3 guard. Guard and a catcher, very nice. I think positionals on an Amazon, tell me if you think different, Thundon. I think they're a waste of time. Throwers don't come with sure hands, and you're not a passing team. And therefore, catchers possibly got more value for the high kick and the handoffs. I don't know. I don't know.
The versatility of the skills probably helps, but
yeah, I don't know.
Build them up any different to the others.
Yeah, I mean he's got accurate on a thrower, which you know, but your throwing targets aren't the greatest. Thundon's openly admitted he doesn't know enough about them yet.
Blitzer.
Yeah, but he's still movement 6. I know he's got movement 7 there. The blitzers is a nice core quartet. I like that. Catches, I've got no issues. The sidestep. 2 Amazons come with agility as standard. I don't think they do they?
It's a catcher, so generally that
no
comes
normal
with
ones.
agility access. No, I don't think we do. I think they're just general.
Yeah.
But
So
I've only played like 2 games with them, I think.
catchers have got agility access, so that's good for sidestep and stuff like that. So I get the purpose of that. Throwers, you're gaining the throw-in access template, which
Gives you leader. If you
it does give you
want it
leader.
later.
I don't know if I'd
But I
take
suppose
leader.
By the time you're getting to the TV where leader's a consideration, you're facing a buttload of tackles, so...
Yeah, I mean, I'm questioning because I don't know Amazons. And with a thrower, it's 20k more than the line woman. And the leader skill's 20k, so it's costing you a skill and 20k, which is 40k. Rerolls are only 50. Yeah, it saves you 10, but in that time the linewoman could have gone up level and had block. Yes, I know it was. Thunden's highlighting this is an MML experiment, and that it was picked by the community. Again, 831, very respectable record.
I just won't mention which coach started the voice for Amazons.
You did you?
Yeah, I thought I'd be nice to him.
I think we have to say that, you know, as a former champion of the MML and that impressive record, Thunden's a very good coach. And I played him once on tabletop. I can't remember how that went. Can you remember, Thunden? Just leave that thought there. I won, for those that don't know.
Oh, I've never come close to beating him.
It's a good coach. Very good coach. And the last one, Mentok, and his Chaos. Dio, you're being shouted at. Fluff. Oh, you had Fluff to talk about.
Oh,
dig out his Fluff, and I'll talk about these Mentok guys who are going to beat up on some high-ups later. He wrote you a load of balls from a team of chicks.
There it is.
Hang on, let me just do this team. Mentok's running in with some claw. Amazons are going to love that because it's TV bloat. However, he has got a side. Is that sidestep on the? Let me just check.
Sidestep, block, chaos.
Sidestep, chaos warrior. That is amazing, and it's going to be so frustrating. That is amazing.
Those 3 guys in so that you can get the 2 dice block on him, and he just moves. Just where he wants.
They're in a good position, these guys. They need to pick up an Apo, and I think after first game that's probably going to be luck. They've got some strength in the team from the Beastman. They've got the killer that they need. One in development, possibly. Sidestep Chaos Warriors. They're just going to be brutal on the front line. Because they're strength 4, you might get set up for 1 hit, and then he sidesteps, and that's you pulled all over the place. I like this. I like this. Yeah, guard that Chaos Warrior. But then if you really want it to be a you know, pain in the ass, put stand firm on him, so you can choose whether to sidestep or stand firm. Means you got absolute control of what he goes and does. But that's just playing around with skills in people's heads. Then I like this. I'm hoping they do well. Tail would be good. Diving tackle would be good on the sidestep as well. With tail, could be a real pain. So much combinations to go with. Good luck, Overkill. Enjoy the game. I'm hoping these don't turn into a one-dimensional claw killer team, but they've got the 1-2 looking like, which means there's something good to go on with the rest. And with skill picks like that, why wouldn't it be? I like this. So let's go back to Thunden's team. No, and that's a good thing. Thunden's team. Tell us some fluff. Look at these sexy ladies.
Much like Thunden, his captain, Courtney Haight, is an excellent knitter.
An excellent knitter.
He felt the need to teach them that great crocheting skills that the English are so proud of.
Right. Yes.
The jungles.
Yes. See, Thunden, you sent him the fluff. He can't read. All the way that north from Scotland.
Nancy Pungent and something Banshee. They are developed many skills at tossing skinks. I'm not entirely sure what tossing skinks involves, but it's what I was given.
So you are murdering the fluff for Thunden's team. Absolutely murdering it, like you'd like to see his team get murdered. So come on.
I do not want to see his team get murdered. No, this is actually what he wrote. He did that they came together with a mutual love of skink tossing.
Skink tossing. Okay.
Gwen, Steffi, and Tank Girl.
Yep.
Oh, I almost actually misread that one and did murder something. I thought it said these girls are just men. I was like, what? But no, it's these girls are just mean. They wake up mean, they eat lunch mean, they go to bed mean. Some say they're exposed to too much funding. I'm going to miss out the last word that you wrote, but that's fine.
Oh dear.
So,
If this doesn't improve the quality of my shows, I don't know what will.
hey, Fundin asked me to go back because I kind of forgot that he'd sent it.
Oh dear. And we want more fluff from the rest of you coaches, please. So Dio can murder that too. Oh, wow. Beers is loving it. So have we got any other of his
No,
Oh,
that was the only ones that he mentioned.
okay.
It's the captain, the chucking division, and the hench girls.
And hench girls. Move on. So what we're saying though is the team was chosen by the community for Thunder in a experiment to see what you can. I believe it was Amazons or Dwarfs that was up for pick, and both play very similar in my opinion. I don't know much either. It'd be interesting to see how they get on. But Dio, pick us a winner. Who's winning this division?
This division.
Oh, that'd be cool, Thunder.
I'm
Do you know what'd be
gonna-
cool, Thunder? You should pick player names from the community as sponsor, and then that coach can be seeked out. And so if you called one Dio, for example, he gets to pick all the skill ups for that player. That's going to be one for the future. That would be cool.
For the winner, assuming he doesn't go the route of getting people to choose, I'm going to say Fundum.
I've just been watching my Cabal vision.
See, I think
This new high destiny feed is
I think the Chaos sides are going to struggle with the Amazons because they are building to bash and not building to deal with the Amazon playstyle and all the dodge. However, Putrid D.
Badger's the only coach there that has tackle.
Putrid D's winning it because I think that the beast could cause problems for the Amazon. Not going to like go near them, and then he can bog them down because he matches their movement similarly. He'll look at the player pool. He's a good quality coach. Pick up some tackle and deal with the problems. But second, Thunder for me. Third place will be Overkill, close to the mark. That's what I'm going with.
Going Fundum first, Professor second.
Okay.
I think
Professor
that's the first one that
second.
we've actually disagreed with.
Who's finishing last? I'd like to see Badger up there, but but I think Big Badger's given too much inducements away each game, and that's going to cause a problem. I think in at bottom spot, I don't know.
I've always been a fan.
I think Glow's going to foul his way to last place, but he's going to enjoy doing it. That or the other Amazons.
Yeah, for last, I'm gonna say
Mentok's
either
aiming for
Glow
one
or
win.
Possibly Mentok.
See, I don't know Mentok to be able to comment. His team build looks
I've
great.
never seen him playing. The build's good, but there's not many skills yet. It's very much developmental.
Yeah. I think that's the same with all CL.
Teams will cause a few problems.
I think the CL is built of teams developing. You're looking at this, Big Badger and Overkill and possibly Putrid D are the teams that are ready for promotion. They've been in here more than one season. Badger definitely so. He's just got to get out of this pool to get up to the next. So those three are the ones that should be looking at promotion. Obviously, you bring in Thunder into the mix, who's a very experienced coach, knows what he's doing, knows his way around the pitch. You know, there's 4 teams straight away there that have got to be in with that shout. Glowworm, exceptionally experienced coach. He is playing goblins. Never count him out. I've played him against his goblins before, and you've got to be on your toes. We're trying our best, but we've done 4. We've done 4. That means there's 3 tomorrow night, providing I've not missed something on my calendar, to finish off the playoffs and the pros, the player pools. Normally do it in 3 sit-ins, but we figured that makes a short one, so why not? I've enjoyed it. I hope Dio's enjoyed it.
Oh, I have.
Dio, he's asking you how you managed to carry the show with such talent alongside you.
I know, I was about to say, I don't know if that comment's for me or you.
Well, I'll let you into secret, Thundon. I managed to carry this show because today, at lunchtime, we started drinking beers, and then we moved on to whiskey. So I turned up, and that's why I've still got half-eaten cheese toast here. So that I said, you know, let's do it, and here we are. So yeah. That's probably how we did it. Drunk. But I've got to go to work tomorrow, so, you know, what the hell. It's been a nice day. We had a barbecue. What can you say? So anyway, here we go. That's my thoughts. That's 4 divisions done. I have no idea which ones we've done, but Dio's supposed to have written them down. So tomorrow, hopefully we can come back and do the same again tomorrow to finish off.
Oh, okay, I better write things down then.
Can you? I can say, can you write it in words that you can understand? But I'm hoping you'll get that right. Oh dear.
I write good.
You write good. Yeah. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Right, guys, thank you very much for joining. Good luck for those that are playing. I do want to just see if I can give a shout out to Overkill. He is playing at the moment. So I'm going to work out. There must be a way of crashing his stream, but I don't know how to do it. Because people have done it to me.
Oh, you mean just jumping into his party chat?
Yeah, and then dumping everybody on him, because that'd be quite cool. So anybody knows how to do that? Can you tell me? Not that. It's not that. What about if we look here? No? Can we... There's got to be a way to do it. No, it's not that. Don't go away, people. I'd just like to do it to help the guy out. He's playing Big Badger now. I don't know if that does anything. But what I will do, we'll do that, we'll copy that, and we'll dump that there. We'll put the stream, there we go, go there, go and watch his channel, and catch the end of the game. Because I don't know how to crash people's... But enjoy that, guys. Until then, I will... wish you all a good evening, a good night, and a safe whatever it is, I don't know. And I'll see you tomorrow. And Dio, thanks for joining us.
No problem, it's my pleasure.
Good night.